Wisconsin Supreme Court is deciding whether to scrap the governor's health emergency, the basis for the state's mask mandate. The virtual oral arguments come as the state's COVID numbers hit last week. They hit records. Reporter Jason Calvi tells us the debate centers on what the law says about time.
Mary, the current health emergency and mask mandate here in Wisconsin runs out this weekend. Now, state law says the governor of the state can issue a declaration of emergency for 60 days. The question for the court today was when and if the governor can declare a second and third health emergency.
He is not allowed to continue to keep Wisconsin in a state of emergency without approval from the legislature.
Wisconsin state law empowers the governor to declare an emergency for 60 days.
The governor had authority to declare a state of emergency. We do not take issue with the first declaration.
Governor Evers declared a public health emergency in March, then in July and September. The latter two were the basis for Wisconsin's mask mandate.
For him to issue those second and third emergency order declarations, he needed approval from the legislature, and he didn't receive it.
That's the argument of a conservative taxpayer. But Wisconsin's Assistant Attorney General defends the governor's orders.
Wisconsin is currently waging its toughest battles against the COVID-19 pandemic.
The governor's team argues he has the power to react to the changing and growing threat.
And the school year started, and boom, our numbers skyrocketed, driven for the first time by 18 to 24-year-olds. And Governor Evers issued Executive Order 90 in response to those emergency circumstances, not to a stagnant or static COVID-19 pandemic.
She says the 60-day powers are not just one and done.
If a governor determines that emergency conditions are still present, such that he needs to issue a new state of emergency order, that he's doing so based on a current emergency.
Now, the Wisconsin Supreme Court back in May struck down the state's safer at home order, but the makeup of the court was different back then. Conservative Justice Kelly has been replaced with progressive Justice Jill Karofsky. And the swing vote, the conservative who voted with the progressives last time in May, Brian Hagedorn, today he seems skeptical of the governor's arguments. Reporting live in Waukesha County, Jason Calvi, Fox 6 News.
All right, Jason, thanks for breaking it all down. We have streamed the arguments heard before the state Supreme Court on fox6now.com and the Fox 6 News app. You're going to find that video in a post right on our homepage.